Hey everybody, GravyTrain here with another episode of GravyTraining. So we've gone ahead and done it. We have started in a new game, and that game is Raid Shadow Legends. So what you're seeing here is the main area of the game, where this is kind of like your common area where everything kind of branches off from, all your different stuff. So this first video, I want to go over like what everything is, what everything does, what the game's about, and just give you kind of an sort of a real light beginner's tour. And then after that, I'm going to go into more depth about what each of these kind of systems are and all that kind of stuff. If you are new to the channel, hopefully you'll hit a thumbs up and subscribe. We're hoping to expand our already fairly decent sized community into the raid community as well. So yeah, leave a comment if you're coming from raid, or if you found us through raid and not through any previous games or anything like that. Welcome. We are absolutely happy to see you. There's links to the Discord that for the GravyTraining Discord is all down below. If you're looking for a guild, we've got now 6 guilds open as of the time of recording of this video. There may be more. They're filling up fast. So yeah, jump in, just search for GravyTraining, and all of our guilds should show up as options. Just find one that has a spot and hop in. Everybody's welcome. We're fairly casual. We may make a couple of more focused guilds later on, but right now we're all just learning the game. So, but with that being said, let's get started. So there's a lot to take in here, a lot going on. You kind of start, and there's a brief tutorial that walks you through some of these things, but a lot of it you're left to kind of learn on your own. So I'm going to cherry pick a few very specific things here, and kind of just show you where some key things are, what some of these key things around the UI are, and we'll go from there. So let's hit it. So first, we're going to hit this little sidebar here. So this pulls out like your daily login rewards. You get rewards for as being a new player, progression rewards, things like that. Those will all show up here. And there'll be one of these little red dots telling you that there's stuff here. There's all of the links to all of the different stuff for the authors of the game. And there's news and everything like that, so you can kind of see what's going on. So this is a real good kind of first place to take a look and all that. There is a referral program. They limit you to just 3 people, which is probably limited because they want to prevent abuse. Unfortunately, I've brought probably 150 people, or 120 people, something like that. But yeah, I mean, so you can share on our Discord. We actually have a channel to share your referral links, and then you just pull them out when you're got all 3. So there's that. You can get, and what you get is you get this stuff. Like when they reach level 10, you get this. When they reach level 20, you get this, and so on and so on. Level 30 is a real nice reward. Level 50 is a really nice reward, and if you get all 3 to level 50, you get an extra sacred shard, and these things give you the rarest of heroes. These still give you void heroes, which are really good too, so it's really worth doing. Double XP, all that stuff, energy boost. So it's good to share those links, get your friends playing, that kind of thing. Next, so you've got all of this stuff up here. This is where you can like connect to a Plarium ID or your Facebook, adjust your settings. There are graphic quality settings here, so if you're having problems with performance, you can drop it down. I play the game primarily on a PC using Nox, so I have all my settings maxed. Player ID, blah blah blah, language stuff. So you can do all those kinds of settings and things like that up there. Here you have your energy. This is what it takes to do stuff. Pretty much like to run dungeons, to run the campaign, those kind of things. It all takes energy. You've got, this is raid tokens, so these regenerate slowly over time, and there's ways to refresh these. So these are raid tokens. You've got your silver, which is the primary currency. It does get abridged down in K, so this is like 2.3 million here. You've got your gems. Surprisingly, like, these resources exist definitely. This game is very friendly to free-to-play players. It's not like you're not going to progress nearly as fast, but you will progress, and there will be content and things that you can get by being active in the game as opposed to spending. So keep that stuff in mind. Tournaments, I can't open the tournaments on Nox because it throws an error and the game crashes, so I won't open that. I can't open the events. These are things that aren't really important early on. This is where like your daily deals and stuff like that get shown up, and they make all of this really intuitive for you. But if you needed to using in-game currency to like buy silver or buy things using gems, like this is very common. That's where you can like refresh your energy or get shards, things like that. This doesn't require doesn't require purchases, just in-game currency, that kind of thing. So that's that. You access that through here as well, the shop down in this corner. And then this, you get, this is your daily playtime reward. So after you've played each one of these thresholds, you get each one of these things. So you get silver, then you get a mystery shard, and then you get an arcane potion, then you get an energy potion, then you get more silver, and then you get a raid token. So it's not bad. And you're getting these every day, which takes me down to like the quests. So there's daily, weekly, and monthly quests. So here we have weekly. We can see I've played 3 out of the 5 days. So I've collected these. I'm not going to be able to collect this until, I guess, 5 out of the 6 days. But so every time you collect your daily stuff, it accumulates here. You collect your weekly stuff, it accumulates here. You can collect your monthly stuff. So that is the quests. So that's your daily, weekly, monthly. Missions are almost like achievements or something like that, but they actually have value, and they kind of guide you along and like tell you what you should be kind of looking at trying to doing. So equip a rare attack type champion with 6 offensive artifacts. Until I show you that stuff, I'm not going to go too deep into it, but these are things that you would normally be doing. And then challenges, kind of the same way. It's just same kind of thing. You got challenges relating to different things, and they kind of keep you moving. Clan, I am currently not in a clan because I'm actually, I am in. Oh, okay, this is GravyTraining. Okay, so I am in a clan. I have 2 accounts now. One to start new clans because we've had to do it so often. Clans can have 30 people. So, like, you can look at our info. We're 30 out of 30. We actually have 6 clans right now. So, they're not all full. 2 of them are new as of this afternoon. But we have 4 completely full clans and 2 more, and we'll keep making them as long as we keep needing them. This community is great. So, if you're watching this and looking for a laid back community type guild, there you go. I mean, we don't claim to be anything we're not. And maybe you'll learn stuff, maybe you won't, but it's a nice, good place to just chill and have fun with the game without a lot of pressure. So everybody is welcome as long as you're not a jerk. So yeah, that's kind of clan stuff. There are a couple of things. So with the clans, and more people have to check in, but you complete certain types of activities. Well, first you check in and you get your first star. Then you complete some other activities and get a second star, and some other activities and get a third star. So, and then eventually, so now we've actually got a chest. I've actually opened my first one of these right now. I don't know how to open it. And we have a Gracie moment. I'll quit your complaining. Yeah, I don't know how to open it. Maybe it only opens at the end of the day. So, that's it as far as that goes. So, I want to show you, well, okay, let's go to champions next. Actually, before we do that, let's go to index. So the index is all of the factions and all of the heroes. So there's 4 main groups, currently only 3 that are active right now. Talarians, and that includes the Bannerlords, the High Elves, the Sacred Order, and Barbarians. These are typically like your typical human types, or human or elven types. So think like the good guys in Tolkien stuff. Then you've got like your ogres, your lizard men, skinwalkers, and orcs. So that's the Galian pack. Then you've got the corrupted, so demon spawn, undead, dark elves, night revenants. And then finally, the only one we know about here is dwarves. There's none released yet, so but that's the Nyresian Union. No idea what that means. But for example, like if you look at one of these things, you can actually see all the heroes. The heroes are broken down into tiers. So you've got legendary heroes are the best. Epic heroes are still exceptional. Rare heroes, still good. Uncommon heroes, not terrible, but not excellent, except in certain areas. And then common are more kind of fodder. And then you can actually click on any of these heroes to see all of their stats, what they look like, all their abilities, things like that. So if you're curious, a good thing to do is just start looking through and finding heroes. Now there's only a limited amount of ability to specifically try to get a hero. It is easier than some other games, at least for certain things. So some of them is just chance, but the nice thing is there's no absolute must-have single hero. There's not that one that just if you don't have it, the meta is broken and you're completely hosed. Every one of these families has heroes that are really strong. They have complementary abilities and things like that. So you may have a very specific strategy that requires a hero, but it doesn't require it to be successful. Like you can definitely be successful even without like the top heroes or the specific hero. And there are some legendaries that, or some epics that are even better than a lot of legendaries. So even that, the quality or whatever doesn't necessarily tell you anything. Then you got their stats. You got the typical stats: hit points, attack, defense, speed, which determines how quickly you get to take turns. Crit rate, so how often you crit damage, whatever damage bonus you get. Your resistances to like debuffs and damage and things like that. Not damage, but to debuffs and effects. And then accuracy, how often your stuff lands. Some other things, although you don't want to really follow the reviews for low number of reviews, but you can actually check out the reviews. This is how other players have reviewed these heroes. This is out of a total of 5. So sometimes people are going to be trolly, so you probably want to rely on a higher number of reviews, just like you would on Amazon or some other store, something like that. I mean, if there's not a lot of views, then the people that are being trolly are going to have more of an effect. But I mean, sometimes you can just like look at the abilities and get an idea for yourself. After a while, you'll be able to tell. And it's broken down by these different areas of the game and different type of stuff. So some heroes may be really good at the campaign, but really good in the arena, or really good in certain dungeons because they have heavy resistance to this or that or whatever. So just bear in mind that this stuff is all potentially, this is all community driven, so your mileage may vary with following the advice. You can also look at the recommended artifacts. So, and you're really looking primarily at the breakdown of the sets. So you've got like the offense set. The offense set requires 2 at a time, so you're going to get 1 set bonus, a second set bonus, and then a critical rate set bonus. That kind of thing. So that is what you can find information-wise just purely from the hero card. You can also click on some of these other things to get some information. Once again, Nox, it tends to crap out when I click on these, so I generally don't, because I don't want the game to crash. But in general, you can see all that information, and this gives you a good idea. So there's, in addition to the hero tiers, so common, uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary, you'll also see the stars on a hero. And you're going to see the type. So we'll go through all that stuff. Stars go from 1 to 6. Legendary starts out at 6. Epic starts out at 5. And you'll also notice as we start looking at my heroes that some of these stars are filled in purple and some are only filled in yellow. So we'll go over some of that too. I don't want this video to get too crazy long, but I do want to cover the basics here, and then we'll go into more after. So go into the champions now, and you can see the champions. So I actually have gear or have artifacts. So these are like runes in other games, artifacts in this game, or equipment or whatever. So you can explore all of that stuff. All these pieces, there's all sorts of different sets, and they're organized really nicely into the sets. The gear has the same characteristics that the characters do. So there's stars, there's ratings, and then there's stats and all that stuff. And then there's also set bonuses, which is this number in parentheses. So you need 4 pieces of this set to get the set bonus, or 4 of this one, 4 of this one. Some of them only require 2. But yeah, so I mean, some of these you can get from just farming dungeons and drops. Some of them you can get from the store or the market. We'll show you some of that. But yeah, that's what equipment is. So these are things you can equip. You click on a piece of equipment. If it's equipped, it'll show up here. If it's not, it'll show up down here. I click on this, so I'd be comparing 2 weapons, looking at the base stats. The primary stat, when you upgrade it, goes up, so this should probably actually end up being higher than this one, although this is still an incredibly good weapon. So yeah, you've got all the different stats. These stats, as you level them up, will increase. The more higher tier the weapon is and the more stars the weapon is, the more expensive it becomes to upgrade. And your chances to make the upgrade go down, so eventually it becomes expensive. There are 16 total levels for your equipment, and in increments of 4 points, you're going to get a boost to one of those stats. So at 4, at 8, at 12, and at 16, you're going to either unlock an empty stat or you're going to get a boost to an existing stat. Having more stars means you're going to have more abilities. I'm not sure whether it's tied directly to stars or if it's tied to quality. I think it's stars that determines how many abilities it has unlocked. Because these are 4-star. I don't know absolutely certain, but effectively, the better the gear is, the better the star and the quality is on the gear, the more slot or more skill slot it's going to have. And like I said, every 4 that you upgrade is going to give you another stat boost. Some quick notes about this stuff. I mean, if we look at these, So I've done a lot of farming and stuff lately. I've got some weird drops. Like this is a common 1-star weapon. I'm going to end up selling that. I'll sell this as a 2-star. I don't keep very many uncommon, which is the green. I don't keep very many, if any, of the 2-star. You can see this 2-star only has the 1 stat. The 3-star, apparently the 3-star only has 1 star. Oh, it's because of the quality. So that's got to be it, is the quality. Yeah. So uncommon has 1 stat, or has 2 stats. Assuming rare has 3, epic has 4, and legendary has 5. That's what it is. So yeah. And then it'll say, so you get a set bonus. So like, okay, if you have 4 pieces of retaliation, you have a 25% to counterattack when you're hit. So that's where it's nice to stack those. You've only got the 6 slots, so you can only do, if it's a 2 and a 4, you can do 2 sets. If it's 4 and a 4, well, you can't do that. And you can do 2, 2, and 2 as well. So you can see like this hero has a 2. These 4 are all the lifesteal. These 2 are the sacred attack, sacred offense, or divine offense. So I have 2 set bonuses there. Other heroes might have 3. Like this one has 3 set bonuses. Okay. Trying to get through this stuff fairly quickly. So once again, I don't actually have any legendary heroes, although I have a couple of really, really good epic heroes. There's a lot to the heroes, and we'll do a video just on them. But the important things to know initially, you can see like this one is partially colored in stars. I do have 6 stars. This hero is maximum rank. They call that rank. There's tier, which is your legendary, your epic, rare, uncommon, common. That's the tier. The rank is the number of stars. Then you've got ascended or unascended, and it's the number of stars. So you use potions that you can get farming in special dungeons, or from the store, or from events, or from drops elsewhere. But you use enough of them together, and you can ascend your heroes, and you will then get colored in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. However many stars you have, you can ascend it that many times, and it boosts your base stats. Now, the stats are determined purely on the hero's level. When you up rank, go from, like, say I go from rank 4 to rank 5, you start out again at level 1 for rank 5. So you have stats for rank 1. So initially, you're actually taking a step back until you get up. So at level 1, or at 1 star, you can get up to level 10. At 2 stars, you can get up to level 20. All the way up to 6 stars, you can get level 60. So you're increasing your limit and working your way back up to it. So you end up having to level up a whole bunch across the time. The good news is you don't have to get 6 star. You don't have to get 6 star right away. You can compete very, very effectively at lower levels and do just fine. The experience isn't a ton different, other than maybe the heroes you're going to see, or the difficulty of opponents obviously goes up. So especially with higher ranks. And where are we at for time? Do not know, because this one doesn't like to tell me. All right, so let's see here. Reviews. Oh, this lock. So the lock. Here, you can turn the lock on and off. This means if it's locked, you can't sacrifice this hero to better another hero or anything like that. They're limited on what they can do. So that's what this means. Reviews, experience bar, your level, stats. So these unlock at 4 stars, 5 stars, and 6 stars. They're accessory slots. Ring. I forget what these other ones are. There's a banner and something else, but Yeah, okay, so there is another thing, the affinities. So you can see this one has this purple triangle. This is a void hero. You can see this one here has a little blue flame. This is a magic hero. You've got a force hero. Or no, this is a, let me just go see here, because they are represented in the dungeons. So red is the force, green or blue is magic, the green is spirit, purple is void, and the white is arcane. So that's what I was talking about. So these four are the affinities. There's no arcane affinity. There's void affinity, force affinity, magic affinity, and spirit affinity. And then you get the potions in these keeps, and you also need arcane potions in order to advance your heroes. So sorry, I'm trying to keep everything in context as much as possible. There's a lot of stuff here, but it's well worth the journey. So yeah, you can see the different heroes. They'll have a different background color if they're void. I guess no, they won't have a different background, but they'll have a different icon. We've got power. We've got a spirit hero. So these are important because there's a rock, paper, scissors of spirit, magic, and force, where there's like an elemental advantage or disadvantage between them. And so it's almost very much like fire, nature, and water. Void has no advantages, but it also has no disadvantages. And void heroes tend to be a little on the stronger side, but the swing you can get with one of these other ones is pretty good. So there's no guarantee that just being a void hero makes them stronger. Just kind of is what it is. And as far as this stuff goes in PvP, I mean, I'm only going off of what I've learned so far and what I've had others with more experience than myself tell me about. I'm not an expert yet, but I should have experienced enough to be able to help instruct you guys. So some of these things may change over time as I learn more, as you learn more, but this will get you into it. So these upgraded stars basically mean that you've ascended your hero, which takes those potions. There's the counter, basically the checks and balances between the three, and then the other one that stands aside. Okay, so that's that. So then leveling up your heroes, and this will be an episode all to itself. So you've got a level. This one is at level 50 for his rank. That's the highest that you can get at rank 5. If I were to go to rank 6, I would be able to get up to then 60. So, like, if we look at this guy, he's only level 20 now because I've just upgraded him to level 6 stars. Or I've upgraded him to rank 6. You can also upgrade your skills, and you can ascend your heroes using potions, which fills in, each time you ascend, it fills in another one of these stars. You can also mix potions, so you can transmute smaller ones into bigger ones. But we'll go into this whole thing in depth in its own video. There's too much to cover here. So that was the tavern. You can get to this from multiple places. You can get to it from town, or you can get to it from your champions. Just click on the tavern, and it'll open the tavern with that champion selected. So back in town, one of the things that you can unlock, you unlock this at like level 13 or 15, something like that, or 10, I don't remember. The sparring pit. So you initially, for free, get one slot at level 1. You can pay gems to unlock more slots, and you can pay gems to upgrade 2 times each slot that is opened. So what this does is this allows you, while you're not doing anything, while you're offline, while you're whatever else, This is slowly leveling up your heroes. Now you need to come in every time they level up and hit that button so that they start accumulating again. But you can see here, like some of these, this guy's been going for hours and hours, and he'll probably take, he's going to take almost another 6 hours before he gains a level. So at night before you go to bed, you make sure you got a bunch of like big higher level heroes in here. If you're going to be active for a while, maybe throw a couple of lower levels in here, and you can get those kind of leveled up. It depends on what you've spent and what you have access to and all that. But that's what the sparring pit is. You just get bonus experience dropped on your heroes straight up. And it will show up red when you need to come in and click on it. That little red icon will show up. The market. So the market, you initially get 6 slots, and you can see what the other slots are. It's 6 or 8. I think it's 6. Maybe it's even only 4. I don't remember. But you can see a certain amount of slots, and you can actually just pay silver, so it's easily farmable. You can unlock all the rest of the slots. These things will vary. You'll see as high as 2-star or uncommon heroes. You'll see equipment that goes up as high as rare, as epic, or as even legendary. It will vary in stars. It'll vary in tier. It'll vary in sets. I wouldn't get anything here that... So, I mean, these mystery shards are kind of a good buy. It's a free summon. So I usually get these all the time. I usually need 2-star heroes, which I'm going to get more of them anyways, but you can upgrade these 2-star heroes. Well, we'll go into the whole strategy of that in the next episode. But I'm just going to pick these guys up. I don't bother with the 1-stars. If you want to refresh the stock, you can refresh for 5 gems. Or you can just wait the hour. The mine. So the mine is a long-term investment. You can unlock, I think it's like 250 or 500. I don't remember how much it was to begin with, but basically there's 3 tiers of the mine, just like there are 3 tiers of the pit, or the sparring pit. They generate... So this will generate 15 gems in a day at level 3. So it's a long-term investment because you have to spend a bunch of gems to get into it. But after like 100 days, which is only a little over 3 months, the investment will have paid for itself, and then you're just getting 15 free gems a day off into infinity. So, or for however long you play after that. So as long as you have to pick them up once a day, but usually you'll see a little icon when it's ready, and it'll just show up. And the Great Hall is one of the last things we'll look at. So the Great Hall, you win points in the arena, which is the PvP, and you can upgrade these particular abilities. So there's abilities across Void, Power, Spirit, and Magic heroes. And then stats, so HP, attack, defense, critical damage, resistance, and accuracy. So you can get boosts to those values that are all of your heroes of that type get this ability, or get this boost straight up. So things that you want to focus on here, because these do not come cheap, are going to be attack, defense, and accuracy. Accuracy becomes pretty darn important, and then attack and defense, for obvious reasons, pretty darn important. And then finally the portal. We haven't really touched on the portal, but here you can see the different shards. It costs a shard to do a summons. You expend a shard and whatever summoning silver it costs, and then you can summon a hero. The different shards will get you different tiers of heroes. So the mystery shard, the ones that you can just buy in the shop, will get you common, uncommon, and rare heroes. So rare is the best you can hope for with those. An ancient shard, which these you can get, they'll drop in dungeons. You'll get them as rewards for quests or different things like that. And you can just straight up buy them. But they are definitely able to be gotten purely in-game free to play. And as a matter of fact, they're fairly regular. You even get one for free every week. Just straight up for free. You get a mystery shard for free every day. So the ancient shards can get rare, epics, and legendaries. You're never going to get common. You're never going to get uncommon. You're only getting rare, epic, and legendary. So very, very good. Void shards give you rare, epic, and legendary only void heroes. So you're always going to get a void hero from that. The advantage is that, like we said, void heroes are a little bit more powerful in general. As a very, very, very loose rule, they are going to be slightly more powerful. They don't have any advantages over the other heroes, like affinity-wise, but they don't have any disadvantages. And then finally, sacred shards. And these are expensive. You won't get a ton of these, but you will get them as part of that referral program. You'll get them just from logging in periodically, like a number of days, that you'll get a login reward of a shard like this. These can only pull epic and legendary heroes. So how it works, you have whichever one of these selected. You can see the cost, like it's expensive to summon these. It's only 20,000 for these, and it's only 500 silver for these here. And you just hit summon. There is a 10x summon as well that just shows you a grid of all you got. The only thing you're ever going to get out of these is heroes. So I got a common hero. And then you can just resummon if you had more shards and more silver. Just resummon right there, and you're all set. Fusion, I haven't done any fusion yet, but it's pretty straightforward in terms of how it works. Is you can get certain heroes, fuse them into other heroes, almost like a tree. So certain heroes, like this hero can be fused from these. All of these heroes can be fused into this guy then, and it's going to be different. I think these change somewhat frequently. This guy is obviously going to be hella expensive because he's a legendary. You only fuse him one time. It takes 4 epics, 16 rares. Yeah, so in general, that's what you're looking at with that. And I think that, well, let's see, what do we got here? All right, so I have a new player reward. Okay, so every day, for the first 7 days when you're a new player, you get a piece of gear. And it just happens that reset just happened. It happens at midnight UTC. So I just got a piece of free gear just for being logged in at this time. And I will also get a daily login reward. So I'm going to get an attack-based item. I've received 2 artifacts. So up to 30 days, then I'll get a hero. You'll get rings and amulets and banners. Amulets was the other one. Further on, you'll get more. You'll get these shards, void shards, ancient shards. You'll get gems. You'll get silver. This is all just for logging in. So you can see here that the free-to-play, this wasn't purchased. This wasn't anything. This is all just for logging in. Now, of course, if you want to be super competitive, you'll probably need to pay a little bit, or you just have to be patient. But you can still be free to play and function in the game. So at least that's been our experience thus far. When you purchase things, they will show up here in your inbox, all of the items that you get. So it's kind of weird, but it works. It's like just a quest inbox or a reward inbox. I've done a purchase of one of the daily packs. So this is the Sacred Daily Pack. It was a kind of a cheap deal early on for new players. So I'm going to get a Void Shard. And now I did pay for that. It was like $20 or something like that, or 20 or 30. I think 20. I don't remember for sure, but it wasn't ridiculous. And, oh, so once again, I have to go here to pick it up. Okay, so this is my daily stuff coming in. And then now, we'll summon a Void Shard. So this, once again, will only give us a rare, epic, and legendary. Be awesome. I don't have a legendary yet. It would be really cool. We got a legendary right now. Legend. Wait for it. Dairy. Nope, just rare. But it's a support hero. And it's a Knight Revenant. I like the Knight's Revenant. So this has a skill that will do heal reduction, damage. It tells you what the stats the damage is based on. So those are the stats you want to focus on. And then certain skills, when you're ascended up to a certain point, it unlocks a boosted version of it. And then as you level up the skills, you can see what changes. So all of the information you need about everything is right here. Decreases the cooldown of all ally skills by 2 turns. I mean, that is good. This champion will receive damage equal to 30% of their max hit points. This will happen even if it kills the champion. So there you go. And an aura. So I'll get more into auras as far as combat and battles. This video has already been long, so I don't want to keep it going any longer. But yeah, that's what a portal summoning looks like, how it all works. Here's your daily check-ins too. So each day, now I've been online for 5 minutes from the new day. So I've got that stuff. So you're getting these things every day just for being logged in. I can go into my clan. Okay, apparently clan check-in time is different. But you can check in your clan and all of that. So anyhow, I hope this wasn't too overwhelming, but we're going to go in depth into more of these things. I'm going to spend more time going over champions. I'm going to spend more time going over the tavern, because that requires a lot. I'll be spending more time going into the Great Hall, other things with champions, with battles, with the campaign, with dungeons. So lots more content to come. Do me a favor and hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not already. Tell your friends. We're really trying to build an even bigger community than we already have here. This community is full of really good people, and we're really helpful to each other. Everybody is great. I really appreciate you guys coming out. Description too, there's a community Discord in the description. As well as, I mean, the links to the other stuff, the other Discord and all that is in the game, so I won't put that in there, but the dungeon or the GravyTraining community Discord is in the links below. You've already found the YouTube channel. Twitch is the same thing, twitch.tv/GravyTraining. I'm GravyTraining on Twitter, so you can find me all over the place. All those links are below. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you at the next video. Take care.